What's going on, Paisanos? V here. Come on, you guys. Well, we're doing another market watch today. You know, I really promise to try to create more content on this channel, and I do it sporadically, and I'm trying to get more into it. By the end of the year, once I move to Florida, it's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to be streaming more. We're going to have more videos coming out, deck profiles, market watches, all kinds of fun stuff, even new stuff I haven't done on this channel yet. I'm really excited about that. So if you guys want to check that out, stay around, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below. Let me know right now, what deck are you looking to play moving forward? With the release of Duelist Nexus, a lot of players are swapping decks. And I might be doing so as well, at least testing out the new decks in Duelist Nexus. And I'll let them know what you guys are looking to play. So let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know, what card also out of Battle Legends Monster Revenge are you looking to go in on? Because Secret Rare IP Masquerena should not be this cheap. This card currently right now in the market is roughly around $2.60. That's it for IP Masquerena. We know this card's going to see more play, and before it got the reprint in Battle Legends Monsters Revenge, it was worth a good amount of money, to be honest with you. Even the ugly looking gold rare had good value, but it all went down value. And I'm not even talking about the Starlight rare with the whole goofy alternate rarity, all that stuff. I'm just talking about regular IP Masquerena. Once again, if you look at the gold rare version, and you can see over here, the gold rare IP Masquerena before the release of Secret Rare was hitting prices of almost $16 for the gold rare version. And then IP Masquerena once again got that Battle Legends Monster Revenge release, and then went down. But you can see over here, especially in the past month, it's fighting. It's about stabilized. It's fighting to go back up. In my opinion, I think the days of IP Masquerena Secret Rare at a Battle Legends Monster Revenge can go up in value. In fact, I would argue, since it's a Battle Legends set or subset, what's going to happen is some of these cards are going to be rising in value. Look at all the previous Battle Legends sets. I did a video a while back about this, and how all the previous Battle Legends sets, when they first debuted, the prices of a lot of cards, because everyone cracked them open, tanked in Battle Legends sets. After a while, they started slowly rising in value. Some of them did, and I do think there's value in this set. One of the cards is going to be Shadow's Light. Now, it's no secret, YuGiOh's been a game of light and dark monsters. There's always been a game about that. Yes, there's other archetypes or attributes, I should say, that are have definitely taken the spot as the best deck in the game. But if we line up all the decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, a majority of the top decks were dominant for light and dark attributes. And I think Shadow's Light is one of those cards that players might want to consider picking up. It's debuted in Battle Legends at $19, and the current value is $1.36 for this card. I'm not saying it's going to be useful today, but what I am saying is it has potential to be useful in the future. You know, Battle Legends do have the quarter century rares. Some people like them, some people don't. Some people like certain ones, some people don't. To be honest with you, I personally don't care about any of these. If I pull these, I'm selling these. And it's nothing against the quality. I guarantee the cards are gorgeous. Just like Starlight rares look gorgeous. But for me, there's no incentivization to own either one of these if one's going to drag the other one down. I do believe there's going to be a time in which we see quarter century rares rise. Not all of them, but some. As well as Starlight rares. But right now, everything's falling down. Why buy in as things are falling down? You want to buy in as it plateaus, like we saw here with IP Masquerena. But besides the fact of these quarter century rares, and some of them are relatively inexpensive, by the way. Looking over at Battle Legends Monsters Revenge, I'll tell you right now, Sky Striker Ace Azalea is not the money card. This card is 14, but Striker players only play one of this card, and they barely use it. So I wouldn't be surprised if the card goes on in value. Right at Armazia being $12.85 is definitely a good value. Duality is a great card. Once again, a card that has that potential in this game. Definitely something you want to keep an eye on. Zeus, $12 for Zeus. That's a damn good price point, to be honest with you. A little side note, I sold my Starlight Zeus, I sold my Starlight IP Masquerena, and I sold my Starlight Appaloosa. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to buy them back again in the future, but once again, for me as a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player, there's no incentivization to hold those cards as they go down in value. I'd rather unload them, wait, and then buy them cheaper. And when I do, I'll probably make a video about it once I get confirmed shipping. Going back into it, though, I do think a lot of cards, I mean, this is page 2, and we're talking $2, $1, like, everything's dirt cheap right now for Battle Legends cards. And this is what, if I was you, if I was to be a savvy investor in Yu-Gi-Oh, I want to buy cards with the hopes of reselling them, I would be looking in this page and everything afterwards immediately, because there's so much potential, and the potential isn't today, it's the future potential of some of these cards. So I do think there's some great cards here that have potential, and I definitely think a lot of players have a great opportunity by going ahead and grabbing them. I think some of these cards are, you know, going to play in the future of the game. And some cards, like if you play sprites, you might want to grab the Max Rarity Sprite deck off if you want to. You know, I talked about Rescue Aces a lot on this channel previously, and the reason why is because it's one archetype looking to play, especially with the release of Duelist Nexus, which is going to be coming out on the 28th, end of the month, right there, it's coming out. Really cool that's coming out, but even cooler is support for Rescue Aces is 2 cards that are really huge, and they're common, meaning they're cheaper to get. So the value of Rescue Aces would more likely be in Amazing Offenders. Now, Rescue Ace Hydra is roughly around $30. The other Ultra Rescue Ace is around here somewhere, $8. And I'll tell you right now, someone who have always bought max rarity, because when I had the extra money, I'm not doing that with Rescue Aces. And one of the reasons why I mentioned this before, but is because even though the CRs are worth a good amount of money, I would still buy this in any other universe. Except in this universe, Konami has gotten greedy and made rarity after rarity after rarity. In the past couple of years, we have so many new rarities. Why would I buy CRs if Konami can turn around and make an Ultimate Rare, a Starlight Rare, a Pharaoh's Rare, Pharaoh's Rare Secret Rare, Pharaoh's Rare Ultra Rare, you know, so... And you know, and Core Century rares, and you're like, well, V Core Century only gonna last this year, 25th anniversary, whatever. Nah, bro, that's just gonna last. 26th anniversary is coming up, bro. So you know, it's whatever. So I'm not really looking to buy the CRs. They look nice, but I'll buy my ultra rares because I know there's another rarity and coming out for that archetype if it does see play. I think it's going to. I'll have more information about that in the future on this channel. Let's talk about Pearlies. So why is nobody really buying into Pearlies? Well, but besides the fact that they're expensive, no, that's it. They're expensive. Listen, Konami had a great opportunity in reprinting one of the Pearly spells because Pearly itself is 34, so that's $100 for a play set. My friend Pearly is 26. That's, we'll say 75. Another 75, and then plus everything else you need for the deck. Konami had a great chance with the release of the new OTS pack, which we'll talk about in a second, to go ahead and reprint one of these. What did they fucking do? They reprint one of these dog shit cheap cards. Why? Like, dude, are you kidding me? Konami could have reprinted Purely Pretty Memory as a super rare. And don't get me wrong, my friend Purely would have raised up in value, but Pretty Memory as a super rare would have meant more players would actually look at Purely because it'd be a little more affordable. That means you only gotta get screwed over twice by buying my friend Purely and Purely itself. But once again, Konami does what Konami does, I guess. Yeah. I think this is the one I got the ultimate rare, but no, anyway. People can play as a comment. Alright. Ice Shade Gimir, Green. I think this is a great card, highly undervalued. It came out in Photon Hypernova. Obviously, you need a Water Tuna. This card does see play sporadically in some, what's the deck? Oh my god, I forgot the deck, I haven't seen it in forever. People, don't hate me, but comment down below, let me know what deck this is. It seems played in the deck. Let me see, any hints, any help? No fucking help, thank you. It has Chen Yang, Sword Souls, Soul Sovereign Chen Yang. Alright, it does see sporadic play in that archetype, but ultimately, I do think this is a great card. I do think this card can see a lot more play in the future of this game. It has a really good effect, and the value is relatively low. The current value of this card is roughly around $2.20. Sword Soul names sound like I'm ordering Chinese food, and I'm trying to speak fluently to the guy. Okay, Heritage of Chalices card is really expensive, and with the release of Duelist Nexus, a lot of cards are going to rise in value. Heritage of the Chalice has always been one of those cards. But look at the listings. There's only 10 over here, 10 over here. So either way, there's their value. It's spiked. You can see it over here. And if you want to buy one right now, name it first edition, it's roughly around $15 for Prismatic Secret Rare. And if you want to go ahead and grab the Ultra Rare, once again, which also spiked, that value is roughly around $14. So it's definitely a lot of money for Heritage of the Chalice, and definitely a lot of money in general for Infernobles, for the most part. Infernoble Renard used to be expensive because it only had an ultra rare and 2 chaos, but it was really hard to get. But it did come out as a super rare in Amazing Offenders. If you want to buy a CR, well, the price is slowly starting to rise, but not by a lot. It's currently roughly around $48 to $49, which isn't bad. Immortal Phoenix Gear Free, though, has been slowly rising. Now, limited versions are roughly around $67, which is still relatively expensive, but if you want to get a first edition version of the card, it's $110 a copy. 110. And to be honest with you, I own 2 of these. I'm debating on even selling these because I think they're so expensive. One thing though, with the release of Duelist Nexus, we see Infernobles, and we also see Rescue Aces going up in value. But do you know something that's relatively the same with both of these? Relatively the same? They're both fire. Now, if you're looking to play Infernobles, or if you're looking to play Rescue Aces, I have actually a bit of a hint of a card that you might want to consider. Because both of these are not good in time. They're just not. Like, Rescue Aces in time suck. Infernobles in time, not that good. But one really good card for these decks is Spiritual Fire Art Karena. You actually might even own the card. The card's relatively inexpensive, originally debuting at a cybernetic Revolution. The card's 11 cents right now. It says, tribute one fire monster on your side of the field. Inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the original attack of the tributed monster. Now, obviously, it has to be in your side of the field. It's obviously going to be a fire monster, but that's not big of a deal for Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, as well as a deck like Rescue Age, which spams fire monsters easily all day long. So I do think this is a great card, and wouldn't be surprised if this card was to be one of the cards that would at the very least be in the side decks for a lot of these players. Now, it did come common, like I said, it came out relatively recently in Spirit Charmers, but it also came out in Onslaught of the Fire King. So once again, you might have this card already and don't even realize it, and to be honest with you, you might want to put it aside just in case. I remember when Darkwing Blast first debuted, one of the cards I loved was Muckracker from the Underworld. Muckracker means a reporter, by the way. They could have said reporter of the Underworld, it would have been infinitely better, but it's Konami, and of course they gotta fuck with us by saying goofy shit like that. Nobody says Muckracker since 1948. Nevertheless, Reporter from the Underworld is a card that has been rising in value. The current value of this card is roughly around $17. I remember buying this card and talking about this card being a card you might want to consider picking up back when it was only a couple of bucks, and it has since then risen up high in value. I think one of the reasons why I said it was a good card because you could bring out a Fiend monster that would stop players from playing quick play spells, but that's in the past. Nonetheless, great card, was relatively inexpensive, but now it's going to cost you a lot to grab this card. Can this card go down in value? More likely it will, and more likely it's going to get a reprint with the release of the Megatins hopefully soon in the future. We don't know yet, but you never know. So for Edison Format players, I want to talk about Torrential Tribute real quickly, because Torrential Tribute doesn't really have a crazy high valued card, despite the fact that it's a really good card for Edison Format. Let you play it unlimited right now from the hobby leagues are roughly around $9. Some places will let you play, some won't, but that's besides the point. Original print version of these cards at a Labyrinth of Nightmare, where the card first debuted, I think it's $28. $29 for this card when it first debuted. And then you turn around and you look over at the CR version of Torrential Tribute Hobby League, which is going to be... No, that's not Hobby League, I'm sorry. The CR version for... I gotta put it in again because the CR didn't pop up. Torrential Tribute. You look at the CR version of this card, okay? The CR version has been going down in value despite the fact that it's higher in value. The current value of this card, once again, super highly underlooked at, is currently $45 to $46 with shipping. You only need one of these if you're looking to play as a format, and this is the highest rarity version. Once again, I really want to emphasize, the value has been going down. Last month, the card was $50, now it's $45. Next month, could it be $40? Could it be $35 after that? $30? Potentially. But as it stands right now, this is the highest rarity version of Torrential Tribute. And do you buy it? It's a good question. I mean, Konami could always come out of nowhere, make a Starlight rare, Core Sentry rare, Pharaoh's rare. Hey, they're gonna try to juice you. But as it stands right now, this is a high rarity version. You only need one. And compared to everything else in Edison format, as far as like max rarity decks, this is insanely inexpensive and overlooked in my opinion. You know, Ultigeist is relatively expensive as well and overlooked right now, but it's going to be getting new support soon, and Ultigeist might be the new control deck on the block. I would argue Labyrinth is the best control deck in the game, almost mid-range actually, kind of cool actually the way you see a control build, a mid-range build of Labyrinth. With Ultigeist though, with the new support, it could potentially actually overtake Labyrinth. Will it? I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is Ultigeist is dirt cheap right now. When Multi-Faker Prismatic Seekers being $0.25 to $1, Ultigeist Prime Banshee, which you don't need 3 of, by the way. You really need the one Hextia. You don't need a place at a Hextia. That's $35. And the rest of the Ultigeist core, it's relatively inexpensive to buy Ultigeist as a full core right now. With the release of the new Ultigeist cards, I mean, who knows? Konami can make them secret rares, but nonetheless, the core right now for Geist is relatively inexpensive. So I want to use the rest of this video to talk about OTS Pack 22, I believe it is. So let's talk about it. I like 2 out of 3 of these Ultimate Rares, and I'll explain why in a second. But first of all, Branded Fusion and Ultimate Rare makes sense. Not because I love Branded, which I do, but because Konami normally tries to put in some Ultimate OTS sets, Ultimate Rares for 2 archetypes in the game, and then 1 card that's meant for everybody. Some OTS packs, you can actually go and easily point that out, and this is one of them. Branded Fusion obviously is for branded players. Great job. Purely is for purely players. Once again, great job. 2 really good decks in the game. Triple Tactics Thrust is a card meant for everybody, but here's where I don't agree with this. I think Triple Tactics Thrust coming out recently and then coming in Ultimate Rare in this doesn't make any sense. I would rather see the card be made into a Super Rare, and as an Ultimate Rare, make Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, thereby giving players multiple options as far as max rarity, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. There's going to be some players that like the Ultimate Rare, and there's going to be some players that like the new rarity that Konami's going to be shelling out soon. And I like the options. I think it would be really smart had Konami done this, giving players the options to do this. It makes perfect sense the more you think about it, because Konami players having multiple options, some actually like myself, like Ultimate Rare more than that new goofy rarity Konami Konami has released for Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So I think there's a weird kind of a weird thing where we're getting this card, which it shouldn't be there. It should be Ash Blossom. Triple Tactics Thrust, don't get me wrong, if you wanted to do a reprint, should have been a super rare. Well, you get rid of On-Chain Abomination and make it right there, because that has a secret rare. Nobody wants super rare, so once again, that could have been super rare Triple Tactics Thrust, making it easier for the play base to also get rather than getting the Ultimate Rare. So now everyone has access to Triple Tactics Thrust, which once again is a good thing for the entire play base, because that card was rising high in value up until recently. With it coming out as an Ultimate Rare Triple Tactics Thrust, the secret rare will dip down for a while, Ultimate Rares get hard to find, and the secrets go back up. We actually kind of saw this a bit with Forbidden Droplet, and I wouldn't be surprised for Triple Tactics Thrust to share the same fate. There's purely happy memory, once again, the 10-cent card that kind of decided to make a super rare. Sure, I mean, once again, you could have made that deck a little bit cheaper for everybody, but you went and did that. Not a big fan of that. Evil Diversity. Do you know what that card does off the top of your head? Probably not, because nobody really plays Evil Tiles. But Konami decided to add some Evil Tile stuff in here. Brand also getting super rare makes sense, because Brand Fusion, sure. Clear the New World, I don't know what that does. Hornet, I don't know what that does. Baby Raccoon Pinocchio, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm like really okay with that. Galaxy 100, I have no idea. Nimble Anger getting super rare, pretty cool. You know, that card definitely needed a reprint. Glad to see it get super reprint. As long, you know, just as long as the other Nimble card got it. So now you see both of them as super rare. It's really cool. Runic Dispelling a super rare reprint. Gives a fuck. Fuck Runic, so let's be real. No More Night Boars. A lot of No More Night fanboys out there, all 7 of them, really excited about that. They're really cheering, even though Boris is super rare. Morphronic Remote, and it has a super rare in German, but decided to give it a common in TC as a reprint, even though it already has a common, and once again, a German super rare. It's really weird, one of those weird things. Summer Limit got reprinted already a ton. I really wish this wasn't Summer Limit. I really wish it was not a Floodgate, potentially like Gozen Match, maybe in Rivalry, but Summer Limit. Archfiend Centric, I think that's a cool reprint as well, even though it has a secret rare, super rare, now it's a common. More Evil Tall shit, nobody cares. Herald of the Abyss, okay. Brennan Red, nobody cares. I mean, it has a rare already, as well as, like, what? Anyway, I don't want to get into it. Evil Force, good, I was hoping they put more Evil Tall cards in there. Really cool. Dude. You could have made dinosaurs in here, not the crappy versions of them. Number 28, Titanic Butterflies in here. I think that's a really good common reprint. I think that's great. Power Tomb Mecha Dragon, nobody cares about. D-Sim Girl, once again, nobody cares about. I don't think nobody cares about that, actually. I don't really know. Nevertheless, these are your cards coming out in the new OTS pack. This was leaked online by everybody. It's shared online. I waited a while before talking about this. I just want to throw it out there. I didn't leak this to nobody. This was shown online all over the place. I'm just showing it now, almost a week afterwards. Okay, just gonna throw it out there. Nonetheless, I think these I think this OTS set is going to be a really good OTS set, even though it could have been better, infinitely better. But then again, I always think all the OTS sets could be better. Some of them are really bad, and some of them are really good. And this one right here is pretty decent at its best day. Once you get your playset Triple Tactics Dust, most players don't really care about the rest of the cards. But Triple Tactics is that card that wants to speak to as many players as possible, being the fact that that card's going to see play in a lot of decks moving forward in this game. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this game, OTS pack, DUELIST Nexus, all that stuff. It's your boy V, and you boys all have a great day.